Hello everyone, and welcome to the 18th episode of It's Full Moon and I Was in the Mood. During this month of May, we will have a full moon in Scorpio. In the UK time, it'll be on the 16th of May, and we are also expecting a total lunar eclipse at that time. So a lot happening, and really here inviting you to embrace change. There might be a lot of emotions at bay, a lot of things that might come up as Scorpio is very powerful, and there's, the eclipse here happening as well. So a lot of decisions and changes that you might want to look at, and you might want to start doing a few changes that you might not see the full result of it straight away, but you might see it a bit more in the long run. You might see the results of it in the long run, but this is a time to actually invest in these changes that you might potentially want to do. So this is more or less the energy surrounding this full moon in Scorpio, and also with eclipse. But there's a lot more to say about it. I'm not going to go into it. I'm going to do the usual generic card reading for the full moon, and you can select one of the piles. You've got pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So let's select the one you feel most drawn to. This is of course a generic card reading, so take it with a pinch of salt. It might resonate or not with you, and for a personalized one, contact me directly via email or direct message on one of the social media platforms that I am in. So yes, select pile number 1, pile number 2, or a pile number 3, and go ahead to the video timestamp to read what the cards have got in store for you for this full moon in Scorpio. Thank you very much. Hello to you who have selected pile number 1. So let's go ahead and see what this full moon will bring you. As usual, I'm just going to shuffle a bit further the cards here, and we are going to have a look at what's going to happen, or what is already, underlying, what is already happening, because a lot of things can already, be happening for you. Okay, so I can see here a lot of tough times, right? And a lot of things that might be coming up to the surface, a lot of things that might potentially be secret, and things that are not easy to sometimes understand or be logical, pragmatic, and they are really hard to deal with. Either things that are coming to the surface, hidden secrets and things like this, but also, it might be that you are not where you wanted to be from a professional material perspective, and you are really trying to work around, to find a solution for this. And it seems that where you are going, and a bit kind of goes a bit with the energy of this full moon in Scorpio, is that sometimes, it might not be, you might do something to achieve something and you might not get the results straight away. So it's kind of a work in progress, but oops, I'm moving the camera too much. But it is something that you are working on, and you should carry on working, because it does seem to be the right move for you at this point in time. What else have we got here? Oh, right. So there's quite a bit happening. So, and I think this, of course, is always a generic card reading. It's kind of trying to bring a bit more of the humanity point of view into this, because there's a lot of, the need to kind of partner with someone, and the need to actually extend that to even a broader circle of people and community. And it seems that when all of that is happening, chaos begins, because you either don't find that, or it just seems that things are not really going right for the partnership that you took, or your loving partner, and all of these, it can be in the love life, it can be in the professional life, it can be, love life for yourself. But there is the sense of things might not be going okay, or not always as good as you would want them to flow, But it seems that there's going to be a bit of a transition if you do take advantage of this full moon to the maximum capacity to let go of the things that are really not necessary for you and really make a hard effort to let go of them. And it seems that if you achieve to do that, you'll be on the right path of making the right choices and habits that will be consistent in order for you to get to where you want to be. So it seems that it's quite a tough, tumultuous, emotional time, but at the same time, you can work with it to make the most of it. It's just really focusing on what is important, what makes you happy, rather than actually seeing the negative side of things constantly, because there will always be negative things. And as sad as it might sound, sometimes we need something negative to actually see the positive. And this is what the cards have got in store for you who have selected pile number 1. Like I said in the beginning, it's a generic card reading. Just going to take one more card for guidance. Yeah, so really focusing on, as I was saying, really focusing on the way you communicate with yourself internally, the way you are pragmatic, and the way you can kind of segregate what's good for you, what's bad for you. This is not nice. Okay, so let me look at the good things. Okay, maybe I need to go through these rough things to actually achieve the good things. So how can I take the best advantage of it? It's really at the core for the guidance for you. And you really should work on these. It's really that communication, internal communication, right? If you've got a negative thing that's going on or negative vibes around you and you feel really drained, etc., it's like, how can I use this to my advantage? It's being able, for example, to identify that this drains me. Okay, so how can I do to avoid it? Okay, I can't avoid that, I can't control that, but what is it that I can do about it? And really working on it. This is just an example. You need to apply to it. Apply this meaning of what the cards are telling you to, of course, the position that you are in, because of course this is a generic card reading, but this is what the cards have got for you. I hope you enjoyed this card reading for the full moon in Scorpio, and of course I wish you a very happy full moon, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Thank you very much. Hello to you who have selected pile number 2, so let's go ahead and read what the cards have got in store for you. As usual, just like to shuffle it a bit more. I'm just going to pull 6 cards, at least that's what I'm planning to, and then just a 7th card for guidance, okay? And just really look at what this full moon means for you, what have you been going through, and how is the best way to kind of take advantage of this full moon. Just push a bit so that you can see all the cards available here. Okay, quite a bit happening, and really the focus is really on building a lot of strength. And building a lot of strength in the sense of having some sort of stability and influence in people in a way that you can come across as wealthy, you can come across as a well-established person, a person that can, conquer and achieve what they set themselves for. So there's really that drive, that ambition, at least that's what I'm sensing to you who have selected pile number 2. Like I said earlier, it's a generic card reading, so take it with a pinch of salt. And it might resonate, it might not resonate, of course. And it seems like there's a bit of an awakening, so to speak, in the sense that you are a bit awakening to a new you, that you're ambitious and everything, but you're really trying to be a bit more focused, a bit more stable in that energy, that you can do this, that you just need to kind of prioritize and organize and things like this. And at the core of it as well, it's a lot of you know, you got the card strength, and at the core it is the strength, but it's way much more than just strength. You know, it's that resilience, it's that stubbornness as well at times. Not being stubborn in the way you approach others, but being stubborn within yourself, knowing that you will achieve this, and this is how you nail things. And with this, you know, there's a lot of challenges that might come with it, and I think that's probably where the full moon might potentially bring you, or kind of heighten this even more, which is the challenges that come with it that are related to maybe overburden, maybe eat too much, or be too anxious, or too much of something. And that kind of brings a bit of an internal conflict, which might reflect to the outside of you. And this is just something for you to kind of be mindful, which would be something that will be really good for you to focus, to not get too much into it. It's great, this ambition, this drive, and wanting to get things done, etc. It's amazing and unbelievable. But it's really getting that energy and just really sitting with it, having that strength. But then it's knowing where to stop, when not to push yourself too hard, or pushing yourself hard but in a very smart way. So, you know, when people say work harder, not work, sorry, it's not what I wanted to say, work smarter, not harder. So it's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. And let me pull a card for guidance. Maybe this one. Yeah, exactly. Because the tools are there, and it seems that the environment that you're surrounded, you've got the necessary tools to kind of make this challenge not be as hard. And if you still feel the challenge, it's really not to focus on it. It's always look on the bright side of life. So it's really focusing on that, because you've got the right environment. Might not seem, but you do have the right environment, and you've got the right tools, okay, around you and within you. There's always room for improvement, of course, but it's really sitting outside that. It's if you sit outside that anxious and of being anxious and outside of these challenges, this is where, you know, you will gain an extra skill that will be a lifelong important skill to have, especially nowadays as well. Is really to focus on surrounding yourself with positivity rather than focusing on negative things. It will be really important, because it will kind of elevate the sense of knowing, having the right environment, having the right tools, having the right people. So focusing on the positives rather than the negatives will be extremely important to you who have selected this pile. I hope this reading has been beneficial to you. Of course, like I said, generic card reading, but I hope you enjoyed it. I wish you a very happy full moon, and I hope to see you again on the next video for the next full moon. Thank you very much. Hello to you who have selected pile number 3, so let's go ahead and read it. As usual, shuffle a bit more, and I'm going to select a few cards here. Whoa. Okay, let's do it like that. Doesn't want to come. Okay. Cool. So I'm going to just pull some cards and really just trying to understand where this is coming from. All of this energy of the full moon that's coming up for you. Okay, interesting. So let me just pull some more cards. So there's a lot of focus here in the full moon. Then again, it's a generic card reading, yes, so take it with a pinch of salt. Yep, took too much cards, interesting, fair enough. I shall accept that card. For whatever reason, there's a reason. Okay, so what is happening here? So just carrying on what I started to say. What I'm really sensing is the need to kind of enjoyment, the need of enjoying, because the focus was so much in conquering, in achieving, in having stability, in doing things, in having a pot for this, a pot for that, whatever the pot might be for either the pantry full or, you know, resources or knowledge or, you know, having money aside, whatever that might be. But it seems that there was a lot of collecting something, which was beneficial to you because it kind of gives you some sort of enjoyment. Okay, a lot of heaviness that comes with it, but also some sort of enjoyment because you know that you've conquered this and you've achieved this and you really feel good about it because that gives you that gives you something positive. And it seems that it's the time where you kind of sit down and you're like, wait a second, and I'm moving the camera. I don't know why. I'm just moving the camera too much today, but it is what it is. So it seems that, going back to what I was saying, or trying to go back to what I was saying, so you kind of sat down and you really just kind of started understanding, yeah, this is great, let me carry on doing this. This is not good, I need to let go of this. I'm not enjoying this. I'm not liking this. This is too heavy. I want to enjoy. I want to be happy. And it's really focusing on being happy, on trying to achieve some sort of happiness, on trying to be more fulfilled. Because all the fulfillments that you had were important, and now they brought you to a place where it's kind of like, okay, achieve this, but what's in it for me? What do I get? And I want to get this and this as well, so, but I don't have it yet. So how do I get there? So this is the sense that I am, let me rephrase. So what I'm sensing is that there's a lot of reflection here and an attempt of, apologies. There's a lot of disruptions happening today. Yeah, it's interesting that it happened. I think that's the word that I needed. It a lot of disruptions, a lot of distractions, and I think that's what you potentially might have felt or feel, that you know you've worked hard and there's a lot of heaviness with it, but there's a lot of enjoyment because you managed to establish something that you wanted to, or even though you might not have wanted that, it kind of somehow was brought to you. And now is that time of reflection where you really want to, you know what, been distracted, been disrupted by all of these things. Now I really want to focus on my enjoyment in life. And that kind of takes you a bit underground to try to understand and try to communicate differently with yourself, internally, outside, to kind of do the boundaries that you need to do, create them, reestablish them, reinforce them, however that might look to you, and really building on another stability that you want for yourself and another accomplishment, which would be really looking after yourself. And this is what I'm sensing, of course, for those of you who have selected pile number 3. So really the time to kind of sit with your own self and your emotions, and where do I go from here? How can I serve myself and enjoy it? That's really what I'm sensing, and it's quite beautiful and transformative. And this is a great opportunity to transform and to really sit with emotions, especially now in this full moon in Scorpio, with eclipse as well happening at the same time. I'm going to pull another card for guidance, okay? Yes. So, it's really just a reminder for you to know that you can do it, you can enjoy, you can serve yourself as well, and you can be happy. At the same time, it seems that that comes with a lot of movements, with a lot of doing this and doing a bit of that, and here and there and then and there, because that's kind of the nature of who you are. Or it might just be the nature of things that are brought to you because of karma or because of something else. But that will lead you to a brighter future. It will be positive for you. So yeah, I guess that's it. To you, I've selected pile number 3 for this It's Full Moon and Hours in the Moon episode. I hope you enjoy these generic card reading, and I wish you a very, very happy full moon, and thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video for the next full moon. Thank you very much.